Hey guys! So we are now approaching the latter part of the class for illustration using Photoshop. So I hope you already scanned your artworks and while using your smartphone. The link of the Cam Scanner is in the website, so I hope you use it. Hope you have a fun class and hope you learn something. Bye! Hey guys, so here we are, almost there, almost done with this workshop. Um, as far as I can remember, we stopped at sending your illustrations, your scanned illustrations using your cam scanner, using your iPhone, and sending it to your email. So I'll open my Google Chrome and open my email to myself. Look at the image and download. So it'll come out in your downloads folder, and I'll probably transfer it to my desktop so I can know where it is and rename it. Renaming it, but like maybe illustration dash boy. So here we go. Next up is the Photoshop. Make sure you have Adobe Photoshop CC 2017. This is the latest one. You can actually have the old versions like the C6 or maybe the C7. So right now we could now click and drag our illustrations to our Photoshop. Like so. So here we are. First and foremost, the only tools that we will be using in this video is the Move tool, the Wand tool, and maybe the Eraser tool, the Text tool, the horizontal type tool basically, and getting to know what layers are. So in your right hand corner, this is called layers. You can actually create more layers, and this is your trash bin. So if I want to create a layer, I accidentally made it, I can actually trash it by clicking the icon delete layer. Delete, yes. So now we go back to the image. So when we zoom in, there are some gray areas here to the left side, and I really want to get rid of that. Actually, we have to really get rid of this, and so that we could edit our little guy here, and we'll move further into the activity. So now I will need the Wand tool. It is the fourth tool on the left hand corner. So I click it, and your mouse on the screen should look like this. So using the Wand tool, I want the tolerance to be about 20, which is a good number even for white spaces. So if you see here, I could actually click, and you can see that there are like rolling ants around here and there. That means it is able to capture white spaces, but not exactly the gray tones, which we're gonna try to get rid of. So before that, I want to make another image by selecting the background and clicking it and dragging it to create another layer. So we have another background copy, and I want us to turn the background off. So with this eye image here, we could turn it off, which indicates the layer of visibility. So I don't want it to be seen, so we could close that. And so that once we remove the background, we can see if there are any white or dark gray tones. So back to our wand tool, click, and I still see some more. So how do we select more of the background? We could click shift, and there's a plus sign here below the wand tool, and start clicking on the gray tones. And we can go further down again and shift, click. So I'm guessing this is all the gray tones. Oh, we have here, click, no more gray tones as far as I know. So as far as I can see, and all you have to do is click delete in your keyboard. So there we go. We clicked and delete. So now I want to create a white background. How do we do that? So we create a new background with using this tab right here in your lower right. Create a new layer, and it's a blank layer. So we have to use the bucket tool. Oh, and we're also using the new tool for today, which is also the bucket tool. You can click the tool here and select any background you wish, but for now I would like to use white, clear white. So all I have to do is click the background, and there you go, here's your white background. And there's another thing that I might want to use too. So I kind of want to use the pen tool. The pen tool, you could actually trace it. Trace your image by zooming in first, and you're creating a line here below the trunks. I actually want to make his foot, his right foot, smaller. So if you think about, if you see how I did it, I just connected the dots, basically connected the dots and made it a full, and closed them. And what I have to do is just right click, and selections come out, and I click make selection, feather radius should be 0, then OK. Then here we have the, the marching ants again. This is what I call them. As you can see, it's like movement. And I want to remove it by pressing Command X. Oops. And to not commit that mistake, your layer, which is the boy, should be selected. And you could actually also rename the layer as boy. So now we can remove the foot by Command X and paste it back in by using Command V. So that means paste. So now I want to use the move tool, and for some reason the foot is in front of the boy's shorts. So in order to do that is to move the layer of the leg, which I'm going to rename layer 2 to leg. I'm going to move it below the boy layer, and there you go, it's right behind the swimming trunks. And I'm going to lift it up a bit and move it to my desired, well, to make it look better and more clean. So here we are. So now I think it's pretty good. So I want to merge these layers, the leg and the boy. So I highlight them, click both using shift and clicking, and pressing Command and E, which means putting them together. And now I want to actually move my illustration to another drawing that I made on my own. So since he is in a swimwear kind of vibe, I am moving him with his other friend dudes to this canvas. So all I have to do is click and drag and resize him a bit. Maybe make him smaller. So make sure that when you move around, when you're using the move tool, you see images like this of your cursor key. So the moment it makes a horizontal slant to the right, that's when you can move, resize the image of your choice. Click Shift while moving the image and click your keypad or mouse and then make him smaller. There we go. There, nice. So we click check for yes. We want the size. So I'm moving him around and I kind of want to also adjust the color. He looks a little bit pale. So in my keyboard, I'm clicking Command U, which is for hue and saturation. You can find that in your layers. So cancel. So make sure that your image is clicked on the boy and you can go to layer. My mistake, not layer. Image, and you can adjust the, go to adjustments and look for hue saturation, which is Command U. So I want to make him a little bit bright. So I increased hue saturation to about 20 or maybe even brighter. Maybe like 40 would be good. So okay, now you see the difference. If you want to see the difference, you can click Command Z over and over. You can see how pale he was. Now he's actually brighter, which is cooler and more aesthetically nice. Now let's try using the type tool. So now that we have type here, I'm going to hide it by using the eye, closing it, and let's make the type tool. So let's use the horizontal type tool and just create your text box and make sure that it's in the middle. So we could easily say good times and tan lines. So when this happens, your words disappear, especially the word lines. Like, where did it go? You see in the lower left or lower right here, that means it's excessive. It didn't fit in the box, so you have to make the box wider. So make sure that using the text box, you have these cursors like curving to the slanting, or you can go the other way. But I wanted to actually edit the text box by making it longer. There, so that lines is seen. So the whole sentence is there, good times and tan lines, and making it right smack here in the middle. And then you'll see here check mark if you're okay with this location and the way it's arranged. Click yes, and then now we have time to save it. Click File, Save As. We could save it as Good Times. Good Times. Save it on your desktop so you could see it. The moment you see it, you could like sort it in your folders. So save it as JPEG. Okay. Maximum quality 12. That's all good. Okay. Then we can start saving it and posting it in your survey, or not the survey, the gallery. You can start posting in your gallery. So hope to see your artworks that are going to be posted. I cannot wait. All you have to do is click the Padlet and you're all set. Can't wait to see your artworks, guys.